The Indian T20 League is back with two additional teams. There is so much to talk about. Let's join Arun and talk all about that here at Timeout with SportsAdda. Hi Arun, it's been a while. How are you doing?
It's been a while, and that shows on my face. The few more grays here. But I'm not able to read the signals on to the left side of my screen. Somebody's got new glasses, but clean shaven. It's either rolled back a few years, or I don't know, you're aging because of the glasses. So yeah, but good to be back.
Good to be back. I'm just excited about the two new teams getting added to the Indian T20 League. Certainly, there's a new flavor. Just I was looking forward to what kind of colors both the teams are going to get on their jerseys. What are the new sponsors which are going to come? Wanted to see a couple of statements that Hardik Pandya makes during press conferences. So I was excited. So this is a small addition to the excitement.
No, I've really been keen. I've really been keen to follow the season, and like you said, it's because of the two new teams, yes. But it's also the rejig, Akhil. I'm still trying to come to grips with which players gone to which team. You still think about David Warner. You associate him with the Hyderabad. So Faf du Plessis with the Chennai for that matter. So I'm still trying to come to terms with all the realignment of players and teams. But what a fabulous start to the season.
Absolutely. I have lots to discuss with you, but like we do here at Timeout with SportsAdda, we have a contest. We have a simple contest where we want our listeners to come in and give their answers. So I have one simple question, Arun, that I'm going to ask today. As is the normal procedure, all people have to do is go onto the YouTube channel. Yes, you don't have to give the answer. All people have to do is go onto the YouTube channel, subscribe to our channel, and put in your answers in the comment section. And again, like we have been giving, there will be Timeout with SportsAdda merchandise for people who win this contest. And the contest question for today is that there has been a record in the Indian T20 League that has been just captured in the last couple of days. It's a significant record for the most number of wickets taken in the Indian T20 League. So we would like to know who has the record for the most wickets now, and whose record did he beat. So that is the question. Arun has the answer as usual, but do you want to give a hint, Arun?
No hints.
Okay, no hints.
Absolutely no hints. It can't get simpler than this, Akhil.
Okay, we are not generous today.
I mean, if you're a champion, if you want to be a champion and win Timeout with SportsAdda merchandise, you've got to get these answers right. I can't give you anything more.
Okay, so that's a contest question. That's the start of our T20 season at our end. So I have lots of things to discuss about, Arun. There has been a trend now I've been observing. I've also put up one post on social media where I got some people to respond. Basically, I have a thing about chases this season of the T20 League. It's like you win the toss and you're almost getting a big key to winning the match, which I'm not really happy about, right? The toss can't be such a huge deciding factor.
There's two sides to it, Akhil. I mean, this is a global trend. This is not only a trend limited to the Indian T20 League. Even
so I was day and night games, right?
Yeah. I was working in the T20 World Cup in the UAE last year. It was the same situation there. You won the toss in Dubai. You won the game more often than not. Yeah. So I've worked around T20 competitions around the world. That seems to be the case. You win the toss, you decide to chase. Teams are getting better at chasing. The conditions are aiding them, like we spoke about before the show. The dew setting in, spinners not able to control the ball, bowlers not able to control the ball, fielding becomes difficult. But it's a difficult one for administrators. They've got to crack this somehow. There was an I don't know what that spray was, which was used a few years ago, where they sprayed it across the surface to prevent dew from settling in. But I don't know if that's worked. That's kind of gone out of business now. We've gone back to pulling the ropes over the Hessian over the outfield to eliminate the dew. There's got to be some science involved going forward. I think cricket administrators need to invest in the science, in more sciences to figure out a way. the solution to this.
Yeah, I absolutely have to, Arun. For cricket fans, every season on season now we have seen the kind of numbers that the Indian T20 League is getting in terms of rights for the television and the OTT rights. And as viewers, as of cricket fans, we are going to be paying a little higher year on year. And we don't want a contest where it's become so predictable that you have to be dependent on winning the toss. Like the entire process of like having and spending crores and crores on certain players so that you build your squad is just going to be redundant. Like I just find it difficult to believe that the administrators don't want to spend on finding a solution for the due factor. It is so vital for the game. It should be the top priority. I hope that is addressed.
Weather and conditions, Akhil, it's not just a due. I think weather and conditions have not been given enough attention by cricket administrators. And I'm not just talking about due here. For years we've spoken about rain affecting games.
Yeah.
Why don't cricket outfields have better drainage system? I know Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore's got one. Why don't cricket stadiums get roof? It's expensive, yes, but if you're earning big sums of money, might as well invest those sums of money back to make sure your infrastructure can cope with any hindrances to the game. Could come in the form of weather, rain, dew, sunlight. I think administrators would do well to invest more back to ensure that conditions are right for the game. Conditions don't get influenced by weather, sunlight, dew, snow, whatever. I mean, football never gets stopped because of rain, right?
Yeah.
I recently learned during a conversation with a friend of mine that golf doesn't get stopped when there's rain. So why should cricket get stopped when there's rain? So you're absolutely right. Cricket administrators need to invest the money back into the science to make sure that weather doesn't hold play.
I know. It's difficult. I know but it should be on their priority list now, especially with so much of sponsorship riding on this Indian T20 League, and it's just getting bigger and better. I'm just amazed at the kind of category of sponsors that we've got this season. It is unbelievable to see the kind of interest, Arun. I mean, I've been speaking to brands in the market about certain ideas and certain IPLs, certain T20 sponsorships, and there is so much buzz, there is so much interest in the teams, in the league. It is heartening to see, and I think it's time as cricket fans also there is some consideration that is given to us so that the game doesn't become too predictable. Okay, so that's my rant for today. If I might call it that.
I'll just quickly add a couple of numbers here, Akhil. I've dug this out. We've had a couple of 200 plus run chases already, right? So this is 2 run chases, 2 targets of 200 plus chased out of the 3 times that teams batting first posted 200 or more. This is 2 out of 3 this season, right?
Wow.
In 14 seasons of the IPL, there have been 84 games when teams batting first scored 200 plus. Only 12 of them were chased, Akhil. 12 out of 84 in 14 seasons against 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Okay. All fantastic. So that's one topic that we were really passionate about, and we would love to hear opinions about this one. Okay. One more topic, Arun, and I think which is very close to your heart. Would love to take your thoughts on this. I've just been so much on social media that I've seen a change in captaincy at Chennai. I mean, it's almost a generation change for us also, right? We've grown up with watching just one captain lead Chennai, and that captain, again, the kind of relationship that captain and the team has had, the kind of responses that fans have for that team, and the respect that other teams have for the kind of affection that this team gets, it's legendary. You can't put that into words. You can't, unless you see that, you visit people, you see the ground response that you get to the team, or you won't see that. But MS Dhoni not wanting to continue as a captain, and Ravindra Jadeja being anointed as his successor, it's a huge move in terms of the T20 league, right?
Absolutely, but we saw this coming, Akhil. I recall we mentioned this on a couple of occasions at least. One during the auction, and one much before in one of our chats when we said MS Dhoni will at some point give up captaincy and Chennai should eye a successor. They didn't do that at the auction. They didn't go for a captain, which is a little bit surprising on the part of Chennai. Uh, yeah, Chennai, MS Dhoni as captain were synonymous. If you spoke about Chennai, they were often referring to MS Dhoni as captain, vice versa. But yeah, surprising that they've gone the way of Jadeja. Uh, Look, my take's that. Uh, my take is captains are born, right? You don't make captains. You seldom create captains. Captains are born, and captains are wired in a certain way. Their brains are wired in a certain way. We've seen that with MS Dhoni. We've seen that with the best of captains, right? They've got the eye. They've got their brains ticking. They've got their brains racing at a speed you cannot even imagine. They're thinking 5 steps ahead of what's happening right now. So I don't know if Jadeja is that person. And the reason I hold my judgment, I reserve my judgment on Jadeja is because he's not captained a lot, so we don't know what he's capable of. We've not been into the dressing room to see what he contributes to the team in terms of team meetings and strategies and all that. No questions about what the cricketer he is. Outstanding cricketer, contributes everywhere, right?
Peak of his powers, probably.
Absolutely peak of his past. But a small question mark at the moment about his leadership ability. We've not seen it, so I'll reserve my judgment.
I just hope that we can continue with getting the best out of Jadeja like we have over the last couple of years. It's a sheer delight to see him as an Indian cricketer. I mean, I would have been very jealous if he would have been in any other team, and I would have. It's lovely to see one guy just flowering, growing his game year on year. Even though he's playing at such a high level, he's improving in his game, even in fielding year on year. It's just fantastic to see. So I just hope this captaincy doesn't shackle him.
Absolutely, Akhil. There was a point in time, if you go back maybe 5, 6, 7 years, where for me personally, and I have no shame in admitting it, is Jadeja was synonymous with getting hit for sixes. So the minute you gave Jadeja the ball, a six was coming. And there were so many stats doing the rounds then 5, 6, 7 years ago when Jadeja topped the list season after season for the most sixes conceded, most sixes a bowler was hit for. But look at what a transformation. Now he's one of the stingiest, smartest bowlers going around. So I hope that cricketer who contributes with bat, ball and in the field is more valuable to Chennai. I hope captaincy doesn't affect him. I sincerely hope the burden of captaincy doesn't affect him.
We'll talk more details about the captaincy maybe after a few matches pass off. There obviously is KL Rahul who's in his 3rd season as a captain but with a different team, and there is Hardik Pandya. So there is a lot to discuss about captaincy. And obviously Rishabh Pant, but he's already into a 2nd successful season as a full-time captain. So we'll have a chat about that as we go ahead in the league. There is also one more player that I want to talk about who's very dear to you. He's been injured, having elbow injury over the last couple of years. A lot of pressure on Kane Williamson, Arun, this time to deliver as a top player. Do you think he's opening the innings also, as we've seen in the first match? Do you think that's the best position for him, or would you prefer as a cricket fan to watch him bat in his normal number 3, number 4 kind of position where he's been so exceptional?
Number 3 is where he belongs. Having said that, I don't think it's wrong for him to open. I don't think it's out of place for him to open. What they're missing though, what Hyderabad are missing though, is the right partner for a Kane Williamson. Now, if you had a swashbuckling opener at the other end, I mean, it's easy to say a Chris Gayle. Even if you had a Virat Kohli kind of a player, a KL Rahul kind of a player, or Mayank Agarwal kind of a player at the other end, who could get away 20 runs, let's say, in the first 3 overs, that would take the pressure of a Kane Williamson. Now, what Kane Williamson is having to do is, he's got Abhishek Sharma at the other end at the moment, at least on the basis of what we saw in the first game. Now, is Abhishek Sharma a proven run scorer? Is he a banker? Like even Ajinkya Rahane for that matter, right? Prithvi Shaw will definitely look for runs. They're not looking.
Yeah.
They will get you 20 runs, right?
Yeah.
that's the kind of support that a Kane Williamson needs at the other end. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that, and that's therefore given rise to the question if he belongs at the opening position or if he should bat at number 3. I think he should bat at the top. There's nothing wrong with that, but Hyderabad need to find somebody who can get off quick starts.
Kane Williamson is just too special a player, Arun. I've missed watching him in the white ball, in the red ball format. He's missed the last few Test matches for New Zealand. So I'm just praying that elbow gets back soon and we see him back playing without fear and playing for long. Really special talent, and I would love to hear some opinions from Hyderabad fans if they are watching this show, and would love to know what they think where Williamson should bat also.
The thing with Williamson, a player like Williamson, Akhil, is you will not realize how soon he accumulates runs. Be it in T20 cricket, be it in one-day cricket, be it in Test match cricket, he's a quick accumulator. He's an accumulator. That's the key word, right? So therefore, you need somebody at the other end who can get fast runs.
Correct. Okay, fantastic. Before Arun, we move on to another important topic. I'm just going to reiterate here, like we do at Timeout with SportsAdda. We do have a contest again that we have for today. I already asked that question once. I'm just going to repeat that. There was a important record that changed hands recently in the Indian T20 League with the most number of wickets taken by by some bowler. So we would like to know who that bowler is now, who holds the record for the most wickets taken in the Indian T20 League, and whose record did he break? So that's our contest question for today. Like we do, we give away Timeout with SportsAdda merchandise for winners. All you have to do is go on our YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel. Please like the video also, and then put in your answers in the comment section. It's an exciting league. It's an exciting, simple contest that we have for today. Okay. Arun, that's the contest. One last thing that before we wrap for today's show is that the amount of youngsters that we are seeing coming up and participating in the Indian T20 League, we've read about them, we've seen them in the auction, the prices just going up. The scouts having watched them in the under-19s and the Syed Mushtaq Alis and the domestic auction, the domestic trials that they have, but now we are seeing them on live stage, right? Just fearless. They're just going out there expressing themselves. It's like hitting sixes is as easy as it comes for them. Really,
and the one name that almost instantly comes to mind, that the one name that's actually doing the rounds on social media is Ayush Badoni. Some story, Akhil. You're right. Yeah. Young, fearless, and really, this is a stage for them to conquer. And a lot of them have done. I was just looking at I was looking through scorecards of the last couple of seasons. I'll just read out some names randomly. Abdul Samad, Abhishek Sharma, Arshdeep Singh, Avesh Khan, Ayush Badoni now, Rahul Chahar, Devdutt Padikkal, Tilak Verma from Mumbai, who's rated very, very highly, Umran Malik. Now, these are just names I've picked up from the last couple of seasons. Now, if you go way back in time, what the IPL's done is given these uncapped players a platform, to make the world stage theirs. I'll just read out a few more names. Virat Kohli was uncapped when he was signed up for the Indian T20 League. Ravindra Jadeja was uncapped, if I recall correctly. Manish Pandey, Ravichandran Ashwin, Jasprit Bumrah. Now these four out of these 5 names are today rated among the best players in the world, I think. Not just in the league. This is what this league gives these young cricketers. A platform for them to shine, an opportunity for them to learn from everybody in the dressing room, in the surrounds, but most importantly, the platform for them to shine.
I love that line, where talent meets opportunity. I just love that line. It is so apt for this league and the kind of success that it's thrown. You're right. I mean, it's just an amazing format, and players are really lucky to be participating in this. And I mean, there will be cynics who will say that they are spoiling the players and there's too much money and they're not paying attention to the red ball cricket. But I mean, red ball cricket is fine in its own way, but this league is the amount of people that this league is throwing up in terms of employment opportunities, not just for the cricketers. It is a case study in itself, and full respect to that.
But one last thing before we wrap, Akhil. You spoke about red ball cricket, impacting red ball cricket. Look, it's always a fine line. The administrators need to get that balance. And I have to credit the BCCI for getting that balance right?
Yeah,
Unlike England, who switched a complete focus to white ball
yeah,
cricket, the BCCI have not done it. You had Virat Kohli, who's been such a supporter of Test match cricket. We've had the right kind of surfaces. Credit to Saurav Ganguly during his reign as president. He said we
yeah,
will play pink ball cricket, test match cricket. We played that. We've been
yeah.
successful at it. So credit where it's due. Credit to BCCI for making sure that balance is there.
Absolutely. If I'm right, Arun, after the Indian T20 League was introduced, India has just lost one Test series at home. I mean, with due respect, that is again, like we've discussed before, it's a staggering achievement. It's not a joke to keep a home record intact for so many
And we
years.
won overseas, Akhil. We won in Australia. We leading in England. We narrowly missed out in South Africa. So yeah, credit to BCCI, credit to the Indian cricket administrators for this.
All right. So we love talking cricket, as you can see, and you can. We'd love to see what your thoughts are, what you think about the toss factor, about Williamson batting higher up in the order, which are the youngsters that we should look out for, who we've not yet maybe looked at. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your opinions. So write into us. We are going to be back talking more cricket. There is so much happening in the Indian T20 League. We'll be back again soon. Please stay tuned on and continue to watch us. Thank you so much for joining in.